Welcome back to the show. Oh my goodness, XRP is out tearing up the market, and we've got a breakdown of where this thing could go that you won't want to miss. Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show. You can follow us on X, YouTube, and digperspectives.com for exclusive content. Right now, we're at $3.52 trillion market cap for crypto. The market may be off by 0.2%, but we know it's hot. Bitcoin is 96,900 plus right now, 3,200 plus for Ethereum. And look at Mufasa at the number 3 spot. XRP, baby, 277, up 8.4 on the 24, up 19.3 on the 7-day. Write that one down. Tether at the number 4 spot, still at $137.1 billion market cap. The range of price for XRP in the last 24, between $2.54 and $2.88. Now remember, 290, closing above 290 is like a send it line. So wow, we're dancing just underneath of it here. I want to remind you as well, Link2's AI Innovation Conference, February 18th, 2025 at the San Jose headquarters. I'm going to be there. James Rule XRP is going to be there. The GOAT Digital Assets Investor is going to be there. Come meet all three of us and get the information that you don't have today at the Link2 AI Innovation Conference. Think about the combination between AI and crypto and the things that are going to happen, especially now that we're getting ready to have legislation and clarity. Think about the disruptions that are going to take place in multiple different sectors of the economy and careers. Listen, this is a remarkable, remarkable opportunity to sit and learn exactly what's coming so you can figure out where to stack your pennies next to their dollars. This is a remarkable opportunity. The tickets are $50. What are you waiting for? They're limited seats. And listen, it's over half sold, I believe, at this point. So get your ticket before they're gone. No doubt about it. Let's get started. We got so much for you. Oh, boy. Okay, don't get upset. It's Gary Gensler. Just know that this may be one of the last times that you see him as the SEC chair, and that should get you through this clip.
I think that Bitcoin is a highly speculative, volatile asset, but with 7 billion people around the globe, 7 billion people want to trade it, just like we do have gold for 10,000 years. We have Bitcoin. It might be something else in the future as well. Right. These other thousands of projects need to show their use case and show that they actually have fundamentals underlying them, or they won't persist, Joe.
Oh my God, you own
that's
Bitcoin.
Where the public. That's why the public needs disclosure.
That's what it's.
I don't.
You love
I've
it.
never owned.
You love.
I've never.
You love it. You don't like those other coins.
I've never owned any of these, and I've been consistent
Okay.
for 7 or 8 years on this.
Well, now you can't because you won't be at SEC chair anymore.
Now, I like that Joe snuck that in on him. Now, that was nice, Joe. Very nice. Now, I still have a problem with the fact that Gary Gensler or Joe won't talk about the 4 Satoshis that the Department of Homeland Security knows about, but nonetheless, that was a nice little shot there at the end, Joe. Now, look at this. Breaking, for the first time ever, a U.S. politician has purchased XRP. Shout out to Representative Guy Reschenthaler. I'm going to go with that. And shout out to you, and forgive me if I just train wrecked your name, because we love you, buddy. You bought XRP. You're in the XRP family. Welcome. We're glad to have you. I love it. I hope we get to meet you. Let's do a meetup on Capitol Hill, nonetheless. Yeah, let's talk about clarity, legislative clarity. I like it. Paulo Ardoino here, the CEO of Tether, is now just excited. They're moving. Bitfinex Securities has a license in El Salvador. Bitfinex Derivatives moved to El Salvador. Tether is moving to El Salvador. Many other companies are following. Somehow I feel like this is like Will Ferrell's character in Old School. Come on, everybody, we're going streaking through the quad, you know, and then no one comes, right? I don't know. We'll have to keep watching this one. Right now, it looks like Tether's the only one streaking through the quad going to El Salvador. That's all I got. We got to keep it fun. You know, we got to keep it fun, ladies and gentlemen. This is fun. Shout out to DAI for this one. There's another great clip from David Strawoski here. I want you to listen to it, and I say his name differently each and every time. It's very unique. Sorry, David. You can work with me whenever I get a chance to meet you, hopefully. But listen to this clip. You're going to love it. He breaks down, talks more about Bank of America using Ripple's technology and suite, and this is just remarkable here. Take a listen.
Yeah, we do. You wrote some things the other day about Bank of America using XRP for 100% of its internal transactions. Explain, if you would.
Yes.
Sure. So, no question, XRP is a token that Bank of America has been utilizing or did utilize internally. Now, I said 100%. Was it 100% or some amount? I'm not sure, but they were successfully doing it and using it, which is why I consider them actually leaders in this blockchain space. But no, Bank of America was utilizing it for cross-border transfers.
Okay.
And so this is why they've got hundreds of blockchain patents, not just on Ripple, but on other things. And so I think that they're actually a leader to be watching in this space. But I think if we look at Ripple and understand what has been taking place, I think it's important to recognize that, a lot of these big names that have been out there and saying, this is the weirdest thing in the world, we're never going to do crypto. It kind of sounds like the internet in 1993. I'll never buy anything on that.
Right.
And here we are with our cell phones in our pocket and hooked up to Amazon or something.
Great
so
point.
the point is, I think that we're in some early stages, places, and the banks right now are actually quickly getting allocated, and they are building relationships right now on the Ripple network because they recognize where the future's headed.
So bottom line is, it's not just some passing whim, if you would, when it comes to some of the tokens and blockchains and so on. It's a reality.
Absolutely. This is the future. When we think about, money that started out electronic and then gets adapted to life versus money that started out as paper, then we figure out how to make it electronic, and then we figure out how to adopt it to life. The system just has a different process, okay? And so I think when we're looking at the world, we should also understand that, this is not just about like money. This is about the real world has different things that are going to become tokenized. And so on the Ripple network, you just have the ability to transact in a very efficient way that doesn't just cut off at 5 p.m. and doesn't cost you an arm and a leg to send something. It's very low cost. And so banks recognize this and
thank you. Well, and thanks for dovetailing in. I was going to ask, okay, what are the pros to this? And you just mentioned one. What other pros are there?
Well, I'll share something with you right now, and that is, not sharing any specifics to the things, but I'm actually, working on right now an exchange bank. And what is the answer that I have with all these, consultants and conversations about these? Oh, just put it on the Ripple network. Just put it on the Ripple network. Just put it on the Ripple network. So there's a lot of great networks and good things that are out there. What Ripple has is just a cross-border relationship that was already established. So, think about it. If you send money to a different nation, they have different rules and laws and tax codes, etc.
Right.
So you have to think about the cross-border nature and how to comply with them. This has the ability to do that.
Okay.
And then also you can tokenize assets through things like HBAR or XLM that will, in my opinion, be utilized to tokenize assets like homes and mortgages and businesses and cars and whatever else. I mean, there's so many applications here with the future, but some of these coins are going to work. Many of these coins will not work. I believe the utility function of Ripple actually has a far greater utility function than Bitcoin, which is not fast, is not used regularly for a bunch of transactions, but I do believe has value and will be seen long term as a historically very strong asset that will probably reach $1 million or maybe even higher.
When you talk about the exchange of all the different cryptos, which, by the way, I think has been one of the drawbacks to them, is it's almost like, you take 5 different, it's not almost, you have 5 different cryptocurrencies, meaning you have 5 different exchanges based upon their own valuations on a minute by minute, and I'm not exaggerating, minute by minute basis throughout a 24-hour time frame versus things like the dollar and the euro and the peso, and I can go down the list. And granted, those have changes as well, but not near as volatile and not the same as what you have on the crypto side. So to be able to exchange one to another, and correct me if I'm wrong, David, but in the past, that's not been done easily, correct?
Well, yeah, and candidly, this is why stable coins are so important to understand. And so let me just share something. So let's just say that the U.S. dollar is the standard that the world will continue to work with. And by the way, with Trump coming in and
probably will be
leadership and cuts and everything, yeah, it seems very likely we'll continue to do that. And if we can, get proactive with blockchain and not just allow China to do it, because that was what was going to happen, China was going to be doing all this, then we'll continue to be the world's leader. So a stable coin is basically the U.S. dollar one for one in a coin. So that might be USDC today, which is a coin I use on Coinbase. And so it's just you put your cash in. Now it's a one-for-one exchange. It's backed up, etc. So don't quote me on it. Look at your own particulars. But the point is that these can be sent as dollars. What Ripple would be is like the railway that the trains run on. Okay, it's like here's the highway that you can transact things through in a very low cost, very quick way, and that can be money, that could be things, that could be a lot of things. But what doesn't work quick is Bitcoin.
I tell you, this is going to be interesting. We remember digital asset investors about to sit down with this gentleman, David Stravitsky here, this week. And he's going to ask him about the difference on whether Bank of America was using Ripple or actually using XRP in his interview. And hopefully he's able to glean some clarity on that. That would be great to know. Meanwhile, look at this very quickly, because I tell you, I'm about to put you in a conversation with two technical analysts that are going to give you a remarkable breakdown on what they see coming for XRP in the very immediate, imminent term. So, we're going to get there. XRP ledger total value locked sitting at 77.7 million right now, with 24-hour DEX volume exceeding 25 million. These numbers are impressive, but they're nothing compared to what we're going to be seeing. I think these numbers turn into trillions in short order. I really do believe this. That's the goal here. How long it takes, I don't know, but I really am excited because these are aspects of this layer one technology that are being used in real time. And this is remarkable. XRP ledger remains the opportunity market. I don't think you could say it any better than Vet just did, but let's keep moving quickly here. Ripple CEO dinner with Trump is doing wonders. We know it is. Ethereum just bled 255 million in a single week, while Bitcoin managed to pull 214 million inflows. Hawkish Fed vibes and strong U.S. economy rattled the space, draining 940 million of digital asset funds overall. But here's the kicker. XRP is defying the slump with 41 million in fresh inflows, fueled by ETF optimism and Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse sitting down with Trump. There you have that. Now, interestingly enough, this guy, Chris 0035, give him a follow, discovered something he thought was quite cool, and I can't play it. It's got music in it. Not sure if it's copywritten, but we all remember when Brad Garlinghouse and Stuart Alderati, January 7th, just a few days ago, had dinner with Trump. And he said, great dinner with President Trump and Stuart Alderati. And to top it off, the beef bourguignon was really good. Well, this is interesting because if you go into this whole beef bourguignon business, it's interesting. In the late 19th century, during the height of the Industrial Revolution in France, it was well-known custom among business magnates in Lyon that a dinner featuring beef bourguignon signified the successful closure of a deal. Really? The dish, rich and hearty, was seen as a symbol of prosperity and satisfaction. Businessmen would often finalize their negotiations over a bottle of red wine, and once terms were agreed upon, they would celebrate by ordering beef bourguignon, a meal that required time and care to prepare, mirroring the patience and effort put into their negotiations. The culinary tradition became so ingrained in business culture that seeing beef bourguignon on the table was as good as seeing the signed contract. Well, how about that one? Well, knowing that XRP now has a larger market cap than Disney, ladies and gentlemen, maybe we do have a deal. Maybe we do. Well, now I want you to listen to this. And this may run a little long, but I'm going to cut you in here and let you listen to this. They start talking about XRP. At first, they talked about it on the short time frame, but now for the long holders like myself and a lot of you out here who don't sell, you just accumulate, this is the section we want to hear. These two gentlemen, give them a follow, Credible Crypto and Crypto Insight UK. As well, you should be following Egg Red Crypto, Dark Defender, Crypto Bull 2020, right? The rest of them. They're all kick-ass. Blockchain backer, you should be following him too. So let's get it right here.
Just explain, probably isn't worth paying too much attention to unless you're trying to learn how to trade, because like you said, you don't want to get caught up in the lower time frame stuff and miss the big move. On the higher time frames, I mean, this is the start of essentially XRP's first bull run since 2017, really. So
let's go.
On the high time frames as a spot holder, and if you're not actively trading, don't get lost and miss the forest for the trees by getting too caught up with the lower time frame movements. I pay attention to that because I'm actively trading, but for someone who's not, you just got to hold and chill pretty much for the next 6 months, and you should come out significantly wealthier at the end of it.
Yeah, and I'm sure in your comments you get a lot of people saying, oh, okay, like it needs to correct a bit. Shall I sell here and buy back lower? Like if you're not a trader, just don't, like Cred and I align with this. It's just like, don't worry about it. Just sit and look for the larger time frame moves that we're potentially looking for, like over those longer periods, as Cred just explained.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, for the traders here, this is the XRP BTC chart, and I talked about this, I believe, in my last YouTube video. So what we're looking at here essentially is,
very quickly, remember they're cycling through different charts. This is XRP to BTC chart. They will look at XRP to Ethereum charts and XRP against the dollar tether chart.
A massive range, and we saw a deviation below the range lows. We then made a higher low right here, and so now we target the range highs. So just to put this into perspective, when I say that XRP is really bullish and people are underestimating it, just to give you an idea, a move from where we are now up to the range highs is almost a 900% move. So that's a 900% gain against Bitcoin. For some context, at 0.002, which is where that level is, if Bitcoin's trading at $100,000 when we hit the range highs here, that puts XRP at $20. And so that's assuming Bitcoin's only at 100K. So if we hit that level when Bitcoin's at 150 or 175 or even 200, then we're going to be a lot higher than $20 XRP when we get to that point. So what we're seeing here is essentially a massive range that we have deviated below, that we've consolidated within, that has now been reclaimed. And we're looking for a move up, over time to these highs. And so you don't want to sell yourself short at $2 when we're looking at $20 plus XRP down the road. A key level within this range, there's two key levels. So the first key level is one that we're kind of testing now. And it's very simply, if we go to the monthly time frame, or actually it goes like the 3-month time frame. Yeah, here you go. So very, very simply, I'm going to hide this stuff real quick, the lower time frame stuff. If we go to this 3-month chart and we look at where did we break down from? Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Where did we break down from to put in our last low? What was the move that preceded it? It was this candle right here before we got this breakdown, right? That breakdown failed to take our lows, which is a good sign. It means that this candle is likely to get run through, essentially. These candles are more significant when they break structure. If they proceed a move that doesn't break structure, it indicates that on a retest, we probably run through. But let's just say we don't, right? Let's say we reject here on the BTC pairing. If we do that, and again, this is a 3-month chart, so it's gonna be, you can't really wait for confirmation because you can't wait. Well, actually it's 26 days away, so maybe you can wait. But if we get a close in 26 days above the candle body, that's a great sign. If we get a close above the candle wick, then pretty much send it to the range highs. But this is kind of the main area of resistance. Once we clear this, it's pretty much clear skies. There's this level here that I've marked off in red, and I've marked that off because we've had some very, very clean interactions with it in the past. You can see here it acted as support, then resistance, resistance, resistance. And so this is the next key level once we clear this area of resistance. And when we flip this red level, we might do something like this. No guarantees because XRP looks so freaking bullish right now, but maybe we come up here, maybe we retest this monthly level and then go up like that. Maybe it's not a straight shot. Maybe it's something like this where we get some chop here, or maybe we just go for a straight shot to the upside. Either way, by the time we get to this level here, For context, again, if Bitcoin's at $100,000 when we hit this dotted red line, that puts XRP at $4, right? And then just to give you guys an idea that we're not very far away from that. We've gone up significantly over the last few days. So we're close to this area. Once we flip this, then we're targeting new highs. And again, like, it's a fantastic looking chart, whether you look at it on the USD pairing or the Bitcoin pairing. And honestly, what's even more clear than this Bitcoin pairing is the Ethereum pairing. And that chart looks, I mean, it's the best looking chart I've seen in a long time.
You're going to love this chart.
Do you have any questions on the Bitcoin chart? And then we'll take a look at the Ethereum one.
The only one that I think I'd have is a bit of a not a moon boy question, because I cover a lot of this as well, and it's great to see you identify pretty much the same sort of stuff as me. It's like I actually look at it inverted to show people that it just looks like it's going to puke, and when it has in the past, it's just absolutely puke, like 2017. It's just literally a straight line, like you said. But the only question that I would have is there any possibility of it setting a higher high against that previous range from 2017? Do you think that's possible or not?
So I'm targeting these range highs at the minimum, and then how high above that it goes, that is something that we will all have to wait and see. Because once we get above here, you're technically at that point in price discovery, right? So we know that on USD pairings, people say this a lot. The best time to make money is in price discovery, because at that point there's no sellers left, at these levels to hold price down. But
that was a great point. You hear what he just said? You get past that mark and there's no sellers because you're in new price discovery territory. There's no one who's underwater who would want to sell.
Again, it can be two things. We could rip through these highs and just keep chugging along.
Hey.
And I have not even thought about what that could mean for the USD price, because again, we're talking about $20 if we're at 100K Bitcoin when we hit here. So if we climb higher than that, I mean, at this level here, we're at $30. Over here, we're at $40. And this is log scale, so these small moves look small, but they're quite significant. So you have to keep that in mind. But yeah, it's fair game above those highs. But I think that targeting those highs is a good place to start locking in profits, because just like we saw the last times we went for the highs or we got close to them, we've rejected. So it's also very possible that we wick these highs and then come for a much larger correction. And maybe that's the end of the run, or maybe we come down for a correction to the mid-range and then go up again. So there's a lot of things that can happen at these highs, and we'll only know as price develops, looking at all three of our charts to understand if we're probably going to top out here or if we're just going to rip through. But yeah, it's technically absolutely possible that we just break through here and keep chugging along. We can't really rule that out.
Well, I tell you what, I appreciate these two gentlemen breaking that down. What a remarkable conversation to be able to sit in and hear that. Give them both a follow. It's go time, baby. That's what they're telling me. That's what they're telling me. It's go time. And I'm ready to get paid. I don't know about you, but I'm ready to get paid. We've been here a long, long time, for many, many years. You know what? This is so fun. This is so fun. I hope all of you have got your bags packed, and I hope all of you have a plan to take profits so you don't have to sit the next crypto winter out or broke on the sidelines like I have for the last 2 or 3 runs that we've seen here. But nonetheless, this is our time, ladies and gentlemen. I'm super excited. Not financial advice from me, them, or anyone else. It's just our digital perspectives. I'll catch all of you on the next one.